Hello, everyone. You know how sometimes you hear a phrase in English and it just stops you in your tracks? You think, wait, what does that really mean? Well, idioms can be like that, and today we're going to figure out a really common one: on fire. It might sound a little scary at first, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it means and you'll be using it like a pro. Let's start with the story where things get a little mixed up.
So let's say you're out at a fantastic restaurant, just enjoying your food. Then your friend leans in, their eyes are wide with panic, and they whisper, "The chef is on fire." What's your first reaction? You'd probably want to stand up, shout for help, maybe look for the nearest exit, right? And that's a totally normal reaction if you take the phrase literally.
And believe me, this kind of mix-up happens all the time with English idioms, so don't you worry. The funny thing is, your friend was actually trying to give the chef a huge compliment. So let's clear up all this confusion for good.
So here's the secret. When we say someone is on fire, it has absolutely nothing to do with real flames. It actually means that someone is doing an incredible job. They are performing so well with so much skill and success, it's almost like they're glowing with talent. The idea probably came from sports, to talk about a player who just can't stop scoring.
Isn't it wild how one phrase can mean two completely different things? On one hand, you have the literal meaning, which is genuinely frightening. Something is actually burning. But on the other hand, you have this wonderful, positive, idiomatic meaning. So when your friend said the chef was on fire, they meant they were cooking up a storm, just being brilliant in the kitchen.
Okay, so now we know that on fire is a good thing. But how can you make sure you remember that so you can start using it with confidence? Let's go over a really easy way to lock this phrase in your memory.
The best trick is to think about sports. Just picture a basketball player. They take a shot, it goes in. They take another, swish, perfect shot. Everything they throw goes right through the hoop. In that moment, an announcer would shout, "That player is on fire." Their performance is so hot, it's like they're literally burning with talent. And you know, this idiom isn't just for athletes. Not at all. Let's see how it works in a totally different place, like in an office. So your colleague comes up to you after a big presentation and says, "Wow, Maria was on fire in that meeting." Now we know this doesn't mean her laptop was smoking. Nope. It means her performance was absolutely spectacular. Her presentation was flawless. She had a smart answer for every single question. She basically amazed everyone in the room. She was at the very top of her game.
And what's really cool about on fire is just how flexible it is. You can use it to talk about an amazing performance in almost anything, from video games and hobbies to your job or even creative projects.
In just everyday, casual chat, it's super common. You could be playing a game with a friend and say, "You're on fire at this video game. You haven't lost once." You also see it all over social media. After a concert, someone might post, "That singer was on fire tonight. #music." It's just a fantastic way to share your excitement. And it's not just for casual talk. You can absolutely use it in more formal or professional situations. A manager might tell their team, "The sales team has been on fire this quarter," which means they've been incredibly successful and have beaten all their goals. You could even use it to describe a great debater, saying her arguments were on fire, meaning they were sharp, powerful, and impossible to argue with.
Okay, you've learned the meaning, you've seen a bunch of examples. I think you're ready for a little challenge. Let's do a quick quiz to see how you're doing. Ready?
All right, here's question number 1. If a student is on fire, what does it mean? Is it A, their homework is burning, B, they are getting all the answers correct, or C, they have a fever? I'll give you a moment to think.
And the answer is B. You got it. If a student is on fire, it means they are doing an amazing job in class, understanding everything and acing all their tests. Great job if you got that right.
Let's try another one. Which of these sentences uses the idiom on fire the right way? Is it A, my car is on fire, so I'll be late? B, the new restaurant is on fire with delicious food? Or C, I feel sick. I think I am on fire. The correct answer here is B.
See, sentences A and C are both about the literal meaning of being hot or burning. One is a real emergency, and the other is about having a fever. But sentence B uses the idiom perfectly to say that the new restaurant is super successful and popular because its food is so great.
Okay, last question, and this should be a pretty easy one now. The idiom on fire has a which kind of meaning? Is it A, positive, B, negative, or C, neutral?
And of course, the answer is A, positive. You've got it. Remember, saying someone or something is on fire is a fantastic compliment. It's always used to praise something or someone for being excellent. You all did an amazing job on that quiz.
That was fantastic. You've learned what on fire means, and you breezed through that quiz. So before we wrap up, let's just go over the most important things one last time. Just keep these 3 simple things in your mind. 1, on fire means doing something extremely well. 2, it is never, ever about real fire. And 3, it's a really positive and exciting way to give someone praise. And now it's your turn to give it a try. Think about it. Is there a singer, an actor, or maybe a sports team that you think is doing an amazing job right now? Who do you think is on fire? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to see you use this idiom yourself. Thanks for joining me today.